Welcome to Healthy by Knowledge, the show that makes being healthy easy by showing you how, and I am your host Zaid Shah. Now, if you're somebody that hasn't got a lot of time to cook, but would love to fit in a whole bunch of helpful and important nutrients into your diet, well then this next recipe is definitely for you. It's quick, easy, and the best part is you don't even need to cook it. So what exactly do we need to make this recipe? Cucumber. Just messing. Right, so the base of this recipe is gonna be spinach. And no, we're not making a salad because here we got one big apple, a banana, just under a cup of frozen berries, and half a liter of coconut water. And if you haven't guessed it already, we are making a smoothie. So this is the best way you can fit in a whole bunch of nutrients into your body as quick as possible if you haven't got a lot of time to cook. Right, so the main utensil you need is a blender. And all we're gonna be doing for this recipe is slicing everything up, tossing it in the blender, and then blending it all up, and it only takes a couple of minutes. Right, so let's get into it. First of all, grab your chopping board. What we're gonna do now is slice our apple up into 4. So it's very simple, just go down like that. Now, you could actually take the pips out and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's all going into a blender. So you're just gonna be blending those pips up anyway, so it doesn't really matter, it's not gonna really affect the taste. The thing is, the reason I chopped the apple up into smaller chunks is basically to help the blender along, because as you can see, it's not the biggest machine in the world, and if you start shoving large chunks of fruit and veg in there, well, what's gonna happen is it's gonna block the blades up, and then that motor is gonna be working really hard, and that's exactly how you destroy blenders in no time. So if you chop the stuff up a little bit smaller, it actually helps it blend up quicker, and help you blend out at the same time. Right, so you got your apples chopped. I'm gonna put them in here with the frozen berries. And another great thing about frozen berries, I really love them in smoothies because when you stick frozen berries in there, it basically cools your whole smoothie down. So they're really just delicious ice cubes at the end of the day, full of nutrition as well. So I've got the apple cored and chopped. Now what we're gonna do is slice our spinach up. So I got about 250 to 300 grams of spinach. You can also use kale if you want, or both. But kale has got a pretty strong flavor and smell, so it's just up to you. But really healthy, really good for you as well. At the end of the day, in this shake, you don't want it to be all fruit because fruit has got a lot of sugar. So try and stick in as much spinach as possible. The fruit is there to kind of mask the flavor of the vegetables if you're not a vegetable person. But this really is a great way to fit in a bunch of nutrition into your diet in no time. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna chop the spinach up as well. Get it nice and small. So again, you're helping the blender out. And then this is literally all we're gonna do now. We're gonna stick all of our spinach into the blender. As you can see, there's quite a bit of spinach in here, but like I say, if you haven't got time to cook, you don't wanna be eating processed food. Spinach is full of nutrients. A smoothie actually fills you up and keeps you energized, because as soon as you drink a green smoothie, what I find is that you get a little buzz, and that buzz really is amazing. So if you start getting used to drinking smoothies in the afternoon to pick you up, to really take you past those last few hours of your day, you know, for lunch, to have a light lunch, because sometimes if you have a massive lunch, also a processed lunch will do you no good. And if you haven't got time to cook, if you come home, you know, you don't want to eat anything too big, you have a smoothie and some nuts, and you're good to go. So I got the spinach in there. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add the frozen berries. I'm gonna add in the coconut water as well. I'm gonna blitz it all up, and then I'm just gonna add in my apple and banana whilst it's blending. Get that in there, easy. Stick your lid on, and you whack it on. You see how fast that blends? And now I'm going to start adding in the apple. This way everything's blending up nice and smoothly and evenly. And now you just add in your banana, and by the time I peeled my banana and added it in, it will have blended up all nice and smoothly. So you give that another 30 seconds or so and it's good to go. Right, that's about a minute and a half, 2 minutes now. And that's all you do. It's as simple as that. Now, if you just check this out, you got a delicious looking smoothie right here. Nice and vibrant green color and full of nutrition. Now, you just have to pour yourself a nice glass of this stuff. And here you go. You got nutrition in a glass. And from start to finish, it took no more than 5 minutes. It's a couple of minutes to prep the fruit and veg, a minute to stick it in your blender, and then a couple of minutes to blitz it up. And then you serve it up and you have a glass packed full of nutrients, really healthy for you, really good for you, and it's gonna energize you rather than make you feel bloated and lethargic. So this I really recommend. I have this at least 2-3 times a week. It's really good for me. I mean, I really love this drink because it's just a great replacement for meals if you haven't got time. At least you're getting a ton of nutrition in one go. So here's to you, cheers. Really tasty.